Well, hello, my beautiful and amazing crafters. Welcome to another video of Crafting with Shanita. In today's video, I'm going to show you how to create a shareable template in Canva. That way, if you want to start your own digital store, I'm going to give you some steps that I use for my store that has been very successful for me. So for today's tutorial, I'm just going to show you how you can create a shareable template. That way your customers can click on the link and be able to personalize the template themselves and make just some small edits. And I'm also going to show you how I create a PNG file so the customer can actually upload the file into their cutting software and cut the file there instead of cutting it by hand. So we're going to go head over to Canva. I do have Canva Pro and I do like Canva Pro Elements. But when I create a design for my customers, I try to use the Canva free elements as well. So let's get started. So this is a tag that I have created here in Canva. And there's two ways that you can create your file. Now you could create your file where everything that you're going to provide to your customer will be editable. They can go ahead and change certain elements or all the elements of the file. And then you would create your listing and template based off your fully editable file. Or you can make the file, which I'm going to do today, where I'm going to create it. And I'm just going to have just a few elements that are going to be editable, like the family's name or message here, and a couple of the elements. I think this is a great idea to make the certain elements editable, especially if somebody's new to Canva, they're not really good at editing or have issues with editing, and especially if they're going to be using the free version, you're really limited to a lot of the elements when you have the free account versus the pro account. So I made these tags about 2 by 3 inches, but again, the customer will be able to personalize it and size it to the size that they wish to print and cut out. I'm going to go ahead and remove the elements that I want my customers to be able to have access to and customize. And then I'm going to save this template here as a PNG file. So I'm going to go down to the share button, click on download, and I'm going to just choose page 2 as my PNG file. Now that my design is downloaded, it's time for me to make a specific page that my customer is going to see. So that way they can personalize this design. So now I'm going to go back to the Canva's main page and I'm just going to make a custom page that's the size of a full sheet of paper. I want to be able to have my customer be able to fit as many of these tags on one full sheet of cardstock. High glossy cardstock would be best for this project. Now that I have my full page, I'm going to go ahead and name it and I'm going to put the inches here for the customer. But again, they will be able to size it any size they deem fit. And I'm going to upload that PNG onto the page. So from this point, I'm going to go ahead and add in some elements that my customers can now personalize. So I'm going to make a duplicate page, and then from here, I'm just going to add some brief instructions for the customer that they can edit this template. And then once they're happy with the design, they make sure to group everything. And then they can size the tags whatever size that they would like. Then I have an example page here where I can fit 12 tags on one full sheet of paper. You can make a copy, but I'm going to just go ahead and go to the Share tab, and I'm going to click See All, and I'm going to look for a template link. As you can see, the template link has a little crown by it. That means it's a Canva Pro exclusive. So you have to have Canva link. You have to have Canva Pro to be able to create a template link. Okay, so when I create a digital file listing for my Etsy and Shopify store, there's 3 things that I have open when I create my designs. So I have my design page. I have a mockup page where I create the mockups for the listing. And then I have my full sheet page set up, and this is the actual file that I attach to my listing. And I will create a separate video on how to create a listing and how to set up your mockup, so that way I can share all my tips and tricks with you. But for today, we're just going to concentrate on the shareable link. So now that I have my design ready to go, before I go to share and create my template link, I like to make my mockups, have that ready to go and have them downloaded. And then I like to go to my full page setup where I'm actually going to make the file for the customer. So let me show you how I created a link to this page. So I just wrote out the text click link. I could have used a photo or an image element. And I'm going to make this word a clickable link. And how I'm going to do that is I'm going to click on the options, and one of the options is going to be link. Here I'm just going to paste my link, so that way now this verbiage will be a clickable link. I'm going to go back to my template that I created for my customer. I'm going to go to see all again and go to template link. And I'm going to copy the link, and it's going to give me a prompt that says that the link is copied to my clipboard. So now all I have to do is paste that link here, hit done. And I know my link has been added because Canva is going to let me know. And then it kind of underlines the text or the image, so that way you know that has an active link. I always test it out before I even save it. So I'm going to go down to the present full screen option. And then when I do that, I'll have a cursor that hover, and I hover over it. I could click on it and I could test out the link, and it works well. So I'm going to go ahead and share and download this page as a PDF. And I'm just going to download the page that I need. And then I'm going to open it, and then I also test it again, and it works. So when I go to create my listing, I'm going to attach this PDF to my listing. So this is what my customer will receive when they purchase the file, and then they'll be able to click the link and make those changes. So I also want to include a file for my customer to edit in Cricut Design Space or Silhouette Studio. And I am going to duplicate my page. I'm going to remove this text. I'm going to leave all of this elements, so all they can do is just add the name or add a message, which makes it so much easier for my customer. So I'm going to save this file, this page, only as a PNG with a transparent background. So that way my customer can now also have the option to upload this PNG into their cutting device, and they can have the machine cut it out so they don't have to cut it by hand. Well, I hope you enjoyed today's video. I hope you learned a little bit or a lot. Again, I will work on part 2 on how to actually create your listing and do your mockups and go in depth. I'll have that coming soon. Well, I cannot wait to see you on the next video of Crafting with Shanita. Happy crafting!